All right, guys, so watch this for Monday morning from the GreatStockPicks.com live trading chat room. We have NTAP. Now, we had this on the watch list the other day, and you can see we were right. It broke out, but it did it so fast and so furiously that there was no way in. And so now we've got a nice little bit lower volume red day. This is a pullback worth watching, okay? So instead of having to chase the breakout, now we can watch for an intraday turn back up. So I like the breakout, but just didn't catch it. It goes back on watch as a bounce play based on intraday setups. MCP had that monster volume day about a week ago, kind of flagging down into the 8-day moving average. So, that might surprise us again one of these days. Definitely want to keep that one on a chart. Look for volume spikes. We might be able to catch a nice entry. THRX, certainly looks ahead of itself. FDA approval, and then you had the gap up. But look at the declining volume and coming back down. This is one, again, on an intraday basis. We might catch a nice trade. Now, what I like to see on something like this is for it to trade in a narrow range, really all morning, and do nothing over lunch, and then in the afternoon, all of a sudden, break the high of the day. Now, if you have that on a chart, like a 5-minute chart, you can actually see that before it happens and be one of the first in, and then THRX lights up the new highs ticker and people start piling back in. So whenever you have something that's made a big move like that and down for a few days, doesn't cost you anything. I say that all the time. Doesn't cost you anything to have it on a chart on an intraday basis, and you can catch a nice easy trade if it sets up right. Same deal really with MYGN. Crazy move, but now you've got 3 days down and nearing the 8-day. Same deal as THRX. Might give a nice trade. Doesn't cost you anything to have it on a chart. ARUN gap down, massive volume, but closed right near its highs. This one, you got a big gap to fill. Probably overdone. It gapped down to whatever this was, last summer's lows, and so it might be up from here. This one's worth watching. That volume's certainly going to catch a lot of attention, and that's actually on long watch for me because of the strong close. FTNT, after the gap down, you're really right back up. So you can argue two ways here. You can say, hey, well, we're in a range, and now we're near, now after the gap down, now we're near the highs of the range. So is this a short? And it might be. I don't know. It's nearing the highs of the range. Little bit of increasing volume there going on. With any kind of push over 19 again, I've got a couple prices written down on my notes, and one would be just a break of Friday's high, 1909. You look to the left here, then you have a break of the gap down day high, 1917 would be a break of that. So that's kind of stacked catalyst. If it gets to 1909, might get to 1917, and then it's in the gap and might rally. So we actually traded this one in chat on Friday, had a decent trade in it, but still hasn't broken out. And just be advised that it is at the top of a range. All right, so this is a place where if it's going to stay in a range for another couple months, this is a great short. So it all depends on intraday action as to whether or not I'll try to trade this long on a breakout over this range. ALKS, this one I've had a couple nice trades in recently, and nice volume again, relatively speaking, for this stock. And it's held up pretty well after this big volume breakout. Just on watch. It had a big move already on Friday, so I'm not ready to just jump right in, but keep an eye on that one. Over 32 with some volume might give another nice push. And then EGLE, let me type it right here. Shipper, low price shipper, had that massive volume on Thursday, and an intraday, or kind of an inside day on Friday. This is one to just, again, keep on a chart. If you see a volume rush, you can get a nice percentage gain in a pretty quick period. It did it Friday afternoon. All of a sudden, it's just grinding lower. Then all of a sudden you see volume come in, and you get like a 40-cent push on a $5 stock in 5 or 10 minutes. So it's just another one, if you're a trader like I am, to keep on a chart. Certainly feels like it's ahead of itself for now. But anyway, there's the starting list for the chat room on Monday. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you then.